Hello.
Yo.
Hello.
Don't do that.
I did that last time.
That was good. I had the biggest. I got to tell you guys. Well, I couldn't tell you because the movie was on. I had the biggest dickhead moment in the concession stand.
What?
I'm getting the popcorn and I'm waiting for my drink, and the lady asks me, she's like, "Oh, so what movie are you seeing?" I'm like, "Why?" It was just like an instinct.
You know,
Why,
they're getting like more chummy
She's
at
talkative.
that theater. Or
Yeah,
it might
well,
just be the same person.
In hindsight, she's
Yeah.
just want to like make small talk while the soda's being poured out.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Why? What's up?" I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, "Oh, what did
So
I say?"
I went
that?
up. I'm like, she's like, "Oh, you want something to drink?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I was looking to see like what kind of drink I wanted. And she's like, "Oh, I'll show you the sizes." And she brought out all the cups. I'm like, "I've been here before. I know the sizes."
Relax, okay? I'll pick.
Yeah.
Don't pressure me.
One thing that I always do is they say, "All right, enjoy your movie," and I go, "Yeah, you too."
I haven't
Yeah,
I haven't done that in a while. I say thanks.
You know what I say thanks to when people are like, "Hey, how are you?" I'm like, "Thanks."
But the worst part is that in my head, I'm always, well, not in my head, I'm always thinking like more personable people. And then the lady is personable, and by
Yeah, that's
accident
weird.
though, I wasn't trying to be a dick,
Mm-hmm.
but I saw she was put off by it.
But you do have a suspicious mind. It
Yeah.
always happens when I ask you for a mutual friend's phone number. Why?
Yeah, that's true.
You did that. We have a friend, and I wanted to ask him. I forget what I wanted to ask him. But I was like, "Oh, Ted, can you give me so and so's number?" You're like, "Why?" I'm like, "Because I want to get in touch with him."
He does
Why?
do that a lot.
You know, best interest in mind, right? You know, I don't know what you want with him.
It's none of your business.
All right, well, that's the Nerd Soup podcast for you. The cold opening. And we are back today recording another podcast. We've got movie news. We've got trailers. We've got announcements. We've got TV news. And we've got our three personalities, Bo, Olivar, Aaron the Nerd Soup Monkey, and Teddy. How you doing, Ted?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good.
Aaron?
Yeah, fine. Very good.
Finally, some news.
What, that I'm fine?
No, like
No, I thought that was big news.
in terms of like the industry.
Yeah,
The old
industry.
biz?
Yeah.
Old Hollywood.
No, yeah.
Well, shit's starting to crack down now.
Yeah. It's finally it's good news, Ted. We finally saw our first movie. We saw Glass today. And we'll talk a little Glass.
First name, Mister.
Yeah.
Last name,
Glass.
I was wondering if you were going to finish it or not. But we'll get into that after we talk about some movie
Bye.
and TV news. We got two trailers. Spider-Man. Sorry, my back hurts. Put it right here. All right. Two trailers. Spider-Man Far From Home. John Wick. Mission Impossible news. Ghostbusters sequel news. And I guess that's really it. You overhyped the news, Ted.
Yeah, I guess I did.
That's a lot of news.
Oh, and Captain Marvel posters. The kitty cat.
Little cat on a poster, promotional poster.
That's cute.
Yeah, I like cats.
Yeah, no one supports cats more than me, but if I'm being honest, would it kill the cat to smile a little more?
Yeah, that's a good point. Dogs are always smiling in their movies.
Yeah.
Air Bud always cracked a smile. Spud McKenzie,
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo.
No, but yeah, that was cute. Big cat guy now.
Yeah, I love cats.
Ted?
I'm not a cat guy, no.
Come on, Ted, you got to follow. I mean, we had the bit. That was a good opening yesterday. We're
No, I got
re-recording
made
a
fun of.
podcast.
I didn't get his jokes. Like I made fun of him, so I didn't want to go along with it.
What a metaphor.
Well, I did mention how my dog, my dearly departed dog, Lindy, who I really maintain that she was the best dog of all time.
Everyone thinks
No,
they're
I
the
think my
best.
dog was.
Yeah.
No, but I
Thank you, Teddy.
that's not true because I've had other dog owners tell me that my dog was better than their dog. You
I'm
never
not-
hear that.
I'm not one of those though.
No, because you're very stubborn. You would never admit it. Your dog could be killing kids, babies, left and right. You wouldn't put it down.
My
But
dog
I-
was a stud.
My dog never barked. Always in a good mood.
Hmm.
She was like a cat dog. It was
She
unbelievable.
barked.
Lindy didn't bark. Only when the siren thing went off.
Oh.
Why are you trying to talk down Lindy?
Because you're trying to talk down Brittany.
No, I like Brittany. I'm saying Brittany's a good dog. I didn't talk down Brittany. I'm just saying that you wouldn't.
Hey, whenever you guys are done talking about your dead dogs, can we transition to a little Spider-Man?
Your dog
Yeah.
died too, didn't it?
Two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody talks about your dead dogs.
Yeah, they sucked.
Everyone loved my dogs.
They
Right.
slowered all over you.
Yeah, because they were big and
And
You know who had a good
Fat.
dog?
inhumane. What?
Jamie
like
had a
the-
good dog. Bella. Bella was a good dog.
Yeah.
All right, Spider-Man.
You know who had bad dogs? Goot. Those are bad dogs.
Is this staying on?
Bad dogs.
Because I want to talk.
Yeah, no, it's staying on.
All right, now I'm not going to talk then.
Okay. What, Spider-Man trailer?
Yeah, that's what we do here.
I like Spider-Man. He's a favorite of mine.
Yeah.
I love the meme when it's like, why do New Yorkers like Spider-Man so much? It was like everything New Yorkers love in one picture. It was Spider-Man, pizza, Tim's, a rat.
Yeah.
It's like things that New Yorkers love.
Yankee fitted.
Yankee fitted. Yeah, that trailer
Tim's.
was incredible. And there's a lot to discuss with this trailer as it pertains to Infinity War and spoilers. The character on his Wikipedia says that he's dead. He didn't look very dead in this trailer.
Looks very much alive.
Yes, he did. He looked like he was living, the opposite of dead.
Yeah.
But the trailer looked fantastic.
Yeah.
Better than the Homecoming trailer.
Everything looked great in that trailer. All the action.
I like the
Just-
Homecoming trailer a little more.
Really?
This was fine, but
Oh, you like the song though, right?
yeah.
What's the song? How does it go?
Time to present. Yeah.
What was the song for this one? I forget.
They kept the
Stairway to Heaven?
no, I think they
No.
kept they just did the theme. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. It
though.
was just the score.
Yeah.
No, they had in the beginning when he was doing when he's packing. What was the fucking song?
Into
Go-
Club.
Yeah. No, that's Happy Death
figure
Day
it out.
too.
Oh yeah,
That
same
is.
song as the first one too.
Yeah. Same movie as last one too.
I guess they're like, fit. Yeah, right. Just keeping everything the same.
But yeah, it's I like the trailer a lot. I don't get people. I mean, obviously Peter Parker was coming back, but suspend my disbelief a little longer until after Endgame. They didn't have to drop it right away.
That was the worst part.
No, they I think they did. Movie comes out in July. That's
can-
usually when marketing begins.
You can wait.
Yeah, but I'm saying, well, they should have dropped the movie.
But you can't wait
After
till
Endgame.
after Infinity War. You can't start marketing your movie 2 months ahead.
Don't put
when
the
it's
movie out in
Spider-Man.
July.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, that's on
That's-
Sony. Sony should have either pushed the movie to 2020 or pushed it to November, because you could start marketing in May if your movie's in November. Definitely.
It makes me think that they have a banger right there, though. Because you know how, like, if you have a nice tweet and you want to put it out, but you should wait, it's like 11 o'clock at night. And,
Yeah,
like, you want to put it out,
to
but,
get those prime hours.
yeah.
I do that sometimes with the Revisited. I'm like, I finally got it done. I'm dropping this at midnight.
no one's
It's
going to
the
watch.
midnight special, right? I think I'm Jeremy Johns and just upload whenever. I don't care. Yeah, that's interesting to think about if it's a prequel or not.
Yeah.
Feige said no, so
Yeah, but they're doing things
think
in the
it is,
trailer.
though.
They're hiding the date, the year on his passport.
There was no mention of Thanos, though, either. And everyone, there's no repercussions from what happened with the snap.
you think
I
the,
don't know.
you think the Feige man would lie to us like that? I don't think so.
I would if I was him. Get people more intrigued.
I'm
But-
trying to think what
but
if
there's no
he's
reason-
lied about anything.
But there's no
before.
reason. Well, the Russos lied about Endgame, but there's no point in
That's
lying.
not a big lie, though.
There's no point about lying if it's a prequel or not, because it doesn't make sense. What do you gain by saying no? It's not a prequel. Nothing. People would be more intrigued if it was a prequel. Like, oh, okay. By
It
saying
makes
no-
more sense.
yeah, by saying nothing, it kind of like, oh, or saying that it's not that it's taking place after Endgame. That does nothing. There's no reason to lie about that.
Could this be the one time Marvel slips up and, like, messes up something with this,
No.
like, cinematic universe?
No, it's not even that I'm saying Feige's lying. I think it's why would he say that? Why wouldn't they just say nothing?
What's the end game?
Why not? If it was a prequel, why not just say it's a pre? it's a
No, but I'm saying even if it's not a prequel, they just shouldn't have said anything so that I can believe that it's a prequel. Does this take place before or after Infinity War? I don't know. Okay. So
Yeah.
then I'm just going to tell myself that it's a prequel.
Yeah, I'd rather, like, yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, they're not saying anything? Then it has to be a prequel. Endgame comes out, it's not a prequel. And I'd be like, okay. We know Black Panther's coming back.
yeah.
Spider-Man's coming back. Doctor Strange is coming back. I just don't understand it. It's only us because we're so invested in it. We see these stories every single day. Casual fans don't know these things. They don't know that Doctor Strange 2 was announced for 2022 and Scott Derrickson is coming back to write and direct.
well, we had a podcast on it, so people should know.
Yeah.
That is true. A lot of views on that podcast.
I kind of want to know what the casual fan thinks. Like, will this hinder a casual fan wanting to go see it or not?
No, they're
Like-
thinking like that tweet. It's like, if Batman's so powerful, why didn't they get old boy to fight Thanos? It's like, he's from DC. I don't care where he's from, what state he's in. Got to strap up. They don't care. They don't.
No.
They don't know.
It's a Spider-Man movie.
It's for us, yeah. And a lot of people think Infinity War. Some people, I'm thinking, think that's the end.
Well, you see that one
Yeah.
tweet the guy said. They're talking about it today. It was like something about how showing that Spider-Man is still alive and before Endgame comes out shows the children that actions don't have consequences. I went on this whole diatribe about how this is what's wrong with the country today, that Spider-Man is still alive, and how consequences don't matter. It's so ridiculous. And it's like completely dead ass too.
That's 2019 for you right there.
Lights Camera Pod, they quote tweeted and said, "Sir, this is a Wendy's."
Sir, this is a Wendy's. Yeah, I love that. Sir, this is a library.
Well, back on the trailer, like those costumes look sick, right? Is that a stealth suit?
Oh yeah, the stealth suit was cool.
And the wings on it?
And the wings, yeah, the wings look really cool. That's also, what is Nick Fury doing in this point of time? Who does he work for? Does he have a job?
Yeah, exactly. That's what makes me think that it's a prequel.
Yeah, why is he in London? Right. Well, even in the prequel, it's everything that happened with S.H.I.E.L.D. They don't exist anymore. And Mysterio, who's also going to be, it looks like he's going to be a protagonist in this movie. Or maybe there's a twist at the end that he was working against Spider-Man the whole time.
Probably. I think the speculation is that he has something to do with the Elementals coming out. To like show him as a hero, kind of like that whole thing.
Yeah, Hydro Man.
Magma
something, and Sandman. Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal, when you get an actor of that caliber to sign on to your superhero movie, it means two things. It means Gyllenhaal thinks the script is good because he's very particular with the movies that he chooses, and on Sony's end, they get Gyllenhaal to be in their film.
He does look great too.
Yeah, it's a win. Yeah, a lot of people think that Gyllenhaal's not a good actor. Where did that come from?
Did they see Nightcrawler?
Bubble Boy.
Well,
Prince of Persia, right? That sucked.
Yeah, I mean, but
he's had some duds, but I mean, everything he did with Villeneuve has been fantastic. Nightcrawler's awesome.
Are you guys a fan of his outfit?
Brokeback Mountain, he's great in. Like, he's had some really good movies.
Yeah, he's really good in that. Yeah, the outfit's great.
Like the fishbowl.
Yeah, I love the fishbowl.
Why would people freak? Like Kevin Smith he had a video of him just freaking out
because it's such a wacky costume design, and it's something that studios, they're reluctant to adapt these designs. Like Black Manta. I mentioned this to you the other day. You don't like the Black Manta design in live action.
Yeah, it was a little.
I loved it because it was just spot on. That's how he looks, and sometimes, yeah, it could be a little jarring.
No, I don't mind the concept of it. It just looked very poorly done. The CGI, I feel like it was a little.
Mysterio's or Black Manta?
Black Manta.
Mysterio's CGI looks better.
Yeah, well, it's just the suit really. And you have the fishbowl.
And it's so funny in Unbreakable, they talk about how the head of the villain is always bigger than the hero. And Mysterio's fishbowl is so big compared to a normal-sized head.
Is Black Manta's even
overwhelming?
I'm not even sure Black Manta is CGI, but I just don't like the look.
It's definitely coated with some CGI.
Yeah.
It's probably a mix.
It's just big.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. He looked like
big ass head.
It's like an anime design.
Yeah.
Mysterio's is too, and his powers, obviously he's a master of illusion, but it looked like he was wielding some sort of sorcery, like Doctor Strange, when you saw some of the symbols coming out of his hands. So that could be interesting if they kind of tie him into the supernatural realm of the MCU.
In terms of, like...
Because I hear that there's going to be a co-star, an MCU co-star in this movie that they're keeping under wraps, and a lot of people think it's going to be Doctor Strange.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
like he's going to play the Iron Man role from Homecoming. That would be awesome.
That'd be sick.
I'm trying to think who else it would be. Did Peter and Doctor Strange have any connection?
They spoke.
No, like in comics and stuff.
I'm sure there's been crossover.
Yeah.
It's had to have been. I mean,
Daredevil would be perfect.
They're all in New York.
Actually, not Daredevil.
Well, the first...
He's more domestic. Well, he's not going overseas.
Yeah, come on. Doesn't have a passport.
If that's the case, if there's going to be one of those, if there's going to be a Marvel co-star, then it would have to be after, because he doesn't meet anybody in the first Spider-Man.
Oh, Infinity War. He meets Doctor Strange and...
No, he's saying that it can't be a prequel because he hasn't met anybody.
It's not a prequel. Stop holding on to that fact.
Could be.
I still want it to be. This could be when he meets... well, no, because then... Never mind.
Yeah,
it's nice seeing Mysterio, though. I mean, this is the first time we've seen someone like a newer Spider-Man villain. Like, we got Doc Ock, Venom, and Green Goblin.
Yeah.
And
he's got one of the best rogues galleries.
He's like the Batman of Marvel when it comes to villains.
Yeah, it's right up there with Batman.
Is that because
Superman, Spider-Man, Batman,
Is that
Flash?
because we know it more? Because we've seen like the Raimi Spider-Man's really the first of this wave of superhero movies that you just think Green Goblin's like the staple of Marvel villains or Spider-Man villains, but it's just like we saw him first.
No, I don't think so, because Venom is a guy who was popular before
Yeah.
the movie even came out, even before Spider-Man 3. And Spider-Man has always been one of the biggest toy characters. So it makes sense that the most famous 3 superheroes in the world right now, Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, their rogues galleries are the most famous.
Yeah, my first comic I ever bought was a Venom comic book. Oh, I also like that Aunt May is, like, she's with
Happy.
Peter Parker being Spider-Man.
Aunt Bay.
Yeah, Aunt Bay. She is a Bay.
Yeah, she is.
I was happy trying to get it.
Just keeps getting better with age. Yeah, he was. That was a lot of people didn't like that.
Oh, Tom Holland looks big, too. Looks like he got a little, like, put on some muscle.
Jealous?
Yeah.
You think you could take him?
Spider-Man?
Have you seen Ted lately?
You once said you were bigger than Jason Momoa, so.
He's not that big, is he? Is he really a house? How big is he?
Momoa?
Like, tall.
You're
How
still
tall
on
is he?
this. You're still on Momoa.
How tall is Momoa?
Momoa's like 6'4".
6'3".
All right, he's got 2 inches on me.
You're not 6 foot.
I'm 5'11". 3/4. It's on my license. I'm 5'11" and 3/4.
Yeah, you're hiding your real height. Like Spider-Man with his passport.
You're taller than 5'11".
I wish.
Thanks. Whatever. Who cares? All right, moving on to John Wick 3 trailer that came out today. And
That looks dope.
is John Wick really about to be the best trilogy of all time?
Oh, man.
It's it's so ridiculous, and there's no reason why these movies are this good, but it is fucking awesome. That trailer alone was fucking the best movie of the year so far.
You got everything you wanted in that trailer. Anything you can want in an action movie, you got in that trailer.
I'm worried about the release date.
Where does he get the horse from? So many questions I have.
They just know what it is, and I love when a franchise knows what it is. They're not trying to do too much. They're doing the same thing, but just bigger. But it works because the fight choreography is so cool. They call it gun fu, and the guy's untouchable. Teddy was asking me, who you taking, James Bond or John Wick? John Wick, no question. I don't even have to think about it.
That's disrespectful.
Nobody touches Wick Man, the boogeyman.
Who else?
What?
I'm trying to think of someone that can go with John Wick.
He's always running like he's fucking hammered trying to catch the last train.
Like he's always got like a swamp ass.
Yeah.
Trying to get a wedgie out while nobody's looking.
That trailer is fucking awesome. It's just, I mean, the first 2
Rambo
movies
or
are-
John Wick?
John Wick. The only person that can compete
There's
with
a
John
bug in.
Wick is if, like, Wolverine. Like, mortal men, there's no mortal man that you could tell me that can kill John Wick. I'm sorry.
The first 2 movies are fucking awesome. Like, where would you, like, when you think of greatest trilogies of all time, there's not a lot.
Toy Story.
Not a trilogy anymore.
Yeah, well, it still is.
Yeah. Well, no, the first 3, still a trilogy.
There's 4
It's a
movies.
staple.
No,
It's
no, no.
not a
They're
trilogy.
staples.
Yes.
1,
You
2,
can't,
and 3
you
is a
can't,
staple.
can't do that.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Has to be 3.
This is the
Has to
second.
be 3.
This is the sequel trilogy. 4 is the beginning of the sequel trilogy.
Okay.
Then you can't put the Star Wars trilogy in there anymore.
That was separated by so so you're gonna
So
say
it's time.
yeah, separation, and the way like Star Wars is a prequel, so you wouldn't say The Hobbit is 6 movies. No, it's the Lord of the Rings trilogy and the Hobbit trilogy. Same thing with the Star Wars.
What other trilogies are there?
Then the sequel
Planet of the
trilogy.
Apes, the recent Planet of the Apes, but then there's like 8 movies in that franchise, so it's the reboot
no,
trilogy.
the reboot trilogy.
All right, I still put Toy Story there. I don't care
Me
what
too.
you
They
say.
have 4 movies.
Doesn't matter.
Breaking the rules.
Oh, The Godfather is a trilogy.
But the
Back
third,
to the Future.
how would you say one movie could hinder the way you rank a trilogy?
No, because those first 2 are so great.
Yeah.
And
Third one's not terrible.
No, it's not a bad movie by
No.
any stretch. It's just good movie. I actually don't like Godfather 3 at all, but a lot of people consider it to be a good movie.
Yeah. It's like Godfather, original trilogy, Planet of the Apes, Lord of the Rings is probably the best.
Dark Knight's up there.
Dark Knight trilogy.
Hannibal's in there too.
What?
I'm reading all the trilogies.
Okay. And if this movie's fucking awesome, then you have 3 fucking great movies. It could be top 10. And that's who would have thought that from seeing the first trailer.
Captain America trilogy,
Yeah, that's a good one.
definitely up there. I think First Avenger is so underrated. But yeah, just to speak about this trailer, the visuals in these films, the cinematography is gorgeous. The lighting, it reminds me of James Bond, Skyfall. I'm not sure who's shooting these movies. I probably should have looked that up, but they're always gorgeous. And when an action movie like this takes, because you can just pump these out and they don't have to look anything like a movie like Taken. Visually, it's pretty dull, but it's just fun to watch Liam Neeson kick the shit out of everybody. But with John Wick, it's like, oh, it's visually it looks stunning as well.
Yeah.
It's
Just
all
an
about
added
the
element.
It's all about the fight choreography, though. I mean, that's what makes these movies so great.
The camera work, too, though, because a lot, like you said, Liam Neeson, when they need, like, 15 fucking cuts.
But the originality of the villains that they're giving him, like ninjas on motorcycles, assassin dogs, Brawn. It's just so cool. And the new character played by Halle Berry looks like she's going to be almost a sidekick. I thought Common was going to be that character in John Wick 2, but it was really fun watching them fight each other when they're in the subway, trying to shoot each other with the silenced pistols. But yeah, the trailer, I mean, yeah, like you said, it's going to be probably one of the best trilogies of all time.
Fishburne, Andy Garcia. Got a lot going on.
Andy Garcia was in the trailer?
Wasn't? No, not Andy. Who's the fucking guy?
Ian McShane.
Ian McShane. They look alike.
Yeah, that's true. They kind of do.
Yeah, it sucks messing people up, right?
That was just a mistaken identity. You called.
That was a mistaken identity.
Winston Duke, Winston Churchill.
Yeah.
Ian McShane, such a good actor. And even the guy who runs the hotel, he's great too. But I'm really excited for this movie. They should have released it in February, though. Mission Impossible.
Well, this is another one.
He's not going to stop.
Yeah,
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. 2 more movies announced for 2021, 2022.
How many is that now? Is that
it'll
8 and 9? Or
I'll be 8. 7 and 8.
7 and 8.
Now that.
7 and 8. That's another franchise that just keeps going.
Yeah, him and like
4, 5, 6,
Tom
one
Cruise.
of the best trilogies of all time.
How does he fucking? He's like fucking 60. He's gonna die before he stops making these movies.
And it's gonna be in the film.
Yeah, it's
when
your
he
big thing,
dies.
right?
That's in his, I think he's going to die on set, and they're gonna keep it in the movie.
I was like thinking with John Wick and Tom Cruise, like how old are they? Like 50, 60 years old?
Tom Cruise is 57. Keanu Reeves, I want to say, is 54.
Yeah. Why don't they never cast like young people for these action roles?
It's like a dying breed.
I know, but it's like no 50,
Who's next?
No
Like,
56-year-old man can be doing these things. Like I'm fucking.
off the top of your head,
My
can you
20s,
name
my
me?
back. I can't even fucking walk. Stand my feet all day. These guys are doing flipping, riding horses, shooting people.
Yeah, but
Tom Cruise is also in better shape right now than I've ever been in my life.
True.
I mean, I've never been cut like that.
off the top of your head, besides the Marvel characters and DC characters, can you name me anyone that could be in a action movie besides Dwayne Johnson?
Well, that's the thing. That these guys are the superheroes. Tom Cruise is selling the movie. It's not the character. It's
Right.
Dwayne Johnson. It's Vin Diesel to an extent. At a time, Bruce Willis. But it's the last of a dying breed. It's the characters now. Anthony Mackie talked about this at a Comic-Con once. That you go to the movie, you go to see Falcon, you go to see Captain America. You don't go to see the big name. But it's cool that Tom Cruise is still doing it, man. 57 years
So
old.
you think Ethan Hunt would have like CTE by now?
Oh, yeah, he can't form a complete sentence at this point.
Yeah, it's no way he's gonna be able to keep doing these missions and flipping around and drop kicking and getting punched in the face.
You know what's even crazy about Mission Impossible is that they had 7. Well, and what you just said, 4, 5, 6 were the best ones. You would think a movie like this, how it's pretty much the same thing over and over again. Like they're getting better and better. Like there's no really retreading.
Yeah, 1 was good, 2 was not that great. 3 I really liked. Philip Seymour Hoffman really brought something new to the movie, and 4, 5, and 6 have been awesome. So
They've had different directors for each movie, right?
not sure. The same guy who did 7 or 6 is doing the new ones, I think.
I'm not sure who did 1. I'm not sure who did 2. J.J. Abrams was 3.
Yes.
Brad Bird was 4.
I'm pretty sure there's been a different. He's the first. He's gonna be the first director to do.
Oh, and
2 in a
McQuarrie
row.
did 5 and 6. Yeah, that worries me too with McQuarrie because directors sometimes they get burned out on a franchise.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
To do 2 back-to-back installments where they're both great. A lot of people think 5 and 6 are the 2 best. That's very impressive. But we see it all the time. Once they get to the second movie, they get burned out. And to do them back-to-back, that's tough. I'd like to see him do other franchises, but if this is what he wants to do, if they've got good ideas, then I'm confident because of his track record. But
We were talking, I think, on a review of Mission Impossible Fallout that if there ever comes a time where Tom Cruise wants to, I guess, step down and pass the mantle on that, Rebecca Ferguson would be an excellent choice
Perfect
to
choice.
keep the
Isla
franchise
Faust.
going.
she's an incredible actress. She was
Yeah.
cast in Denis
Dune.
Villeneuve's Dune, playing Timothée Chalamet's mother. Perfect casting. Yeah, she's great. She's a up-and-coming action star. I'd like to see her and get some other roles. She was up for Captain Marvel, and she didn't get it.
Yeah, heard that.
I would have preferred that. I mean, I like Brie Larson. I'm a Brie Larson fan, but I think I would have preferred Rebecca Ferguson. Because she is, those movies, they don't make enough at the box office for how good they are. They deserve to make more.
What does?
Mission Impossible. They kind of stagnate around like 700 million. The last one was so good. Tom Cruise. That Scientology's working out for him.
Yeah, that's crazy. There might be something to that, the Scientology thing. I mean,
You want to try it out?
Can we give it like a month trial? Or like once you're in, you're in. If you want to get out, on the way out to box.
I think it's one of those you have to like pay for the year.
Yeah, I
Oh.
think.
Oh,
Bill
no.
you monthly, but it's for the year.
But hey, I mean, like,
No, you pay the year. Like they say
But
what
you
the
get
monthly,
the monthly
is,
discount, right?
Yeah. but you're paying the whole year
It's 20
subscription.
monthly, 16 a month for the year.
but I mean, seems like everyone that joins is like pretty famous and rich and has an awesome life. I
Yeah, but I
The
think
Illuminati?
might have to sign up.
yeah,
I
but
don't
they
know.
always join after the fact of them being famous and
Yeah.
rich.
Like I wonder if I go in there, will I become famous and rich?
I don't
When
know.
sure
you
they'll tell
join
me
when you're
that.
not famous and rich, you end up in like a basement in Idaho.
Sweeping the floors.
I think you guys are sleeping on Scientology a little too much. I think it's the way of the future.
Is there any brochures you think?
I think so.
Or is it like you gotta know someone to get in?
Well, that's a perfect segue to our next ad read. Today's episode of Nerd Soup is brought to you by the Church of Scientology. Sign up today and use our promo code NerdSoup for 15% off your first month subscription. That's Scientology.
Now, this is a religion that I'm
/Nerd
really
Soup.
excited to bring to you guys. Scientology is a religion that we all use.
Can I use that discount? Or am I not allowed to use it?
No, you should be able to use it. Yeah. No,
All right.
we all get in for free.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that came with the ad,
Oh, okay.
and we got a bunch of Scientology merch.
So do I need to
Got
to
this
say
cool
something?
hat.
Got the hat. Yeah.
See how awesome it is.
L. Ron Hubbard fanboy posters.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Teddy and I approve Scientology.
All right.
All right, we need to cut.
You just single-handedly took down the entire religion.
I approve
Oh
it.
no, it's gonna be a red dot on your forehead. We need to take this guy out. That might be a good thing. What else do we have on stories? John Wick, Mission Impossible, Spider-Man,
Ghostbusters.
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 Do we have to talk about this?
You do it our due diligence, right?
I guess so. Yeah, it's part of the job.
I'm
All right, let's move on.
Why?
yeah, I mean,
Obviously money, right? But it's just...
We gotta make some money.
how big is their fan group now though? Are they still like is there still a fan group for Ghostbusters?
I was never a big Ghostbusters guy, so I
Oh
could care
man,
less.
did you see 2016 Ghostbusters? Apparently, they're real hardcore. A
Came
weird,
right out of the
a
woodworks.
very
for that.
weird and specific fan base for Ghostbusters.
It's
The
like that-
first one was good. I liked the first one.
It's like that Vine. It's like 4 female Ghostbusters. The feminists are taking over. I'm an adult virgin.
I just don't want to go through that ever again.
No, I think
And it's a bad movie. I hate the movie, but the response to it, it was dead on arrival. It
Yeah.
had to be great for anybody to think that it was going to be good. It ended up being terrible.
Well-
So people think that it was worse than.
It's a shame because that cast is a very capable cast of.
no,
making
yeah,
a
they're really
movie.
good. They're really funny, but the script was fucking awful. It was nothing could have saved that movie. But that's the thing. Like,
The Rock.
Yes.
Chris Hemsworth was good in that. Everything about that movie was so ironic.
you think of the 2016 one was like The Rock, Kevin Hart, Kate McKinnon, and I don't know, Kristen Wiig. Would people still be upset?
I'm not a Kate McKinnon fan.
I was just trying to like.
No, yeah.
Gloss over it.
I think it would. Well, people also would have been like, "Oh, there's no white males."
Oh yeah, true.
The only cast that would have been perfect would have been the 4 Chris's.
Yeah, I'm just trying to
Yes.
think. I'm just trying to think of
Yes.
like what cast would have made those people happy because they
The 4
they were
Chris's
gonna hate the movie
Chris Pine.
regardless.
and Christina Hendricks as the secretary.
You get
Bill
Chris
Murray.
Pine, Chris Pratt.
Bring that guy back from the
Chris
dead.
Evans.
De-aging, yeah. Ivan Reitman,
Yeah, she's like, it's
Dan
like-
Aykroyd.
I'm just saying, like,
Oh, you
what
put Chris Rock in.
are they gonna do in this movie that are people that are gonna make people not hate it?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it follows up the original.
Yeah, but what is it gonna be? There's children or
Is Bill Murray on?
I don't know.
Is anything come out? Like any casting?
I don't know if it's been confirmed or denied. If Bill Murray's gonna be in the movie, I'm like you. I'm not a huge fan of the original.
It seems like the Ghostbusters fandom
Well, no,
that's
I-
still around is like hard to please. So I feel like no matter what they do, it's just going to be another shitstorm of complaining and bitching and moaning. And
So you think the Ghostbusters
I'd rather
fandom
just fucking
crosses over with the people who were mad at Gillette? That's got to be like the same Venn diagram, right? Of people. Ghostbuster fans hate Gillette now.
no one of the
Yeah.
handshake memes.
Handshakes,
What's in the middle though?
AirPod and Switch owners.
It's Gillette commercial haters, Ghostbusters 2016 haters. Well, and then what's in the middle? What are they shaking on? Being whiny.
The border wall. A lot of this is getting cut. Yeah, just complaining about everything. I mean, the Gillette thing, just shoot me. in the face. Just use your Gillette razor and slit my wrists.
Jeez.
The guy who put the Gillette thing in the toilet, though, was pretty funny.
What a fucking idiot. He's just like, going to ruin his plumbing or he has to dig his hand in his dirty toilet water.
I love.
It's like, hey, guys, like, don't be dicks all the time. Tell me what to fucking do. I'll be a dick to whoever I want.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, man.
All right, sorry.
I'm using shtick. All right, have fun with razor burn.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use my old knife, my old
The
hunting
dollar
knife.
store razors.
I always did want to shave like that. You know, like one of those big hunting
Yeah.
knives. Like I was in the middle of the forest, just like. It's a very manly way to shave.
I'm not that good. I'd cut myself. I cut myself with a razor.
Oh, I cut myself the other day. I still like have like a mark, and I was like, "Ooh, I hope that's like permanent."
Dude, those sting.
Is there something like a company could do or say to make you boycott? Because even though I like the Gillette ad and everything, like, but people don't, so they'll boycott Gillette. Like, what could a company do?
Nothing. I don't care enough to.
Like, because I think like people
Boycott
like
anything.
boycott Disney and stuff with the Star Wars. Like Mickey Mouse can come to my go to my mom's house and punch her in the face, and I'm still gonna go see the Avengers movies.
Yeah. I don't care. I don't care enough.
Like,
to
I don't think
boycott
a
something.
like if it's a product I use regularly, there's nothing.
Well, Ma, you shouldn't have pissed them off. I don't know what you did. Let me tell you.
It's like Mickey, like literally, fucking come to my house, kick me in the nuts, beat me down, spit on my face. Like,
I respect it.
when do Avenger tickets come out?
Oh, next week.
Buy 3.
Buy 3 or it happens again.
Reserve your
Brainwash.
seat now. No, there's nothing a company could ever do. I'm not an idealist. I could care less.
I mean, there's certain, like, obviously. But
Nope, I have no shame. That's what Stu, when I told Stu I was vegan, he's like, "Oh, you tired of animals being treated like savages?" I was like, "No, I just wanted to lose weight."
I just want to eat healthy. Actually, yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. Do you care about meat eaters? Like, do you care that I'm not a vegan? Like, are you going to try and promote
I do it
veganism on
jokingly
me?
now. I like make fun of people. I'm like, "Oh, I can't believe you savages." You know that pigs have the intelligence of a 3-year-old? That is true. That is weird. That bugs me out, even though I like bacon.
But most 3-year-olds are kind of stupid.
Easy.
So you
I have a 3-year-old.
No, you
what?
don't.
No, my niece.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, it does.
All right, but you can't defend your stupid niece. I mean, all kids are stupid, right?
They're curious.
Is
That's
she a
stupid.
prodigy?
No.
Okay, it's like little
They're
precocious
curious.
playing frickin' Mozart's.
Yeah.
I said it before.
You
Kids.
got a little Sheldon on your hand? You
I
like
said it
Sheldon?
before. Kids are actively trying to kill themselves.
Oh yeah, no, that's why you kind of have to. Yeah,
That's where the whole parenting thing
I know.
comes in.
I know it's great. No, like you can put your kid down, turn around, and he could be holding a knife. Wait, where'd you get that from?
It's another good vine. You ever see that one? It's a little kid running in the backyard, and he's like, "What's in your hand?" It's like a knife.
No, seriously, you turn your back and they're fucking swinging from the fan.
They'll toss themselves down the stairs.
Yeah,
Bring
no,
back
like-
Vine.
seriously,
Yeah.
bring back Vine. That's a company that could never hurt me.
I feel like vegans are the new like air fryer people. It's the first thing I talk about. Is my air fryer.
Well, you did that. You tried to invite us to watch football, and you're like, "Oh no, come over." Like Elena will go to the store, get some appetizers, cook them in my air fryer.
I capitalized air fryer.
It's like
The funniest
you
thing
don't have
now
to
is
add that. You're gonna cook the appetizers. You
Yeah, but
don't
I'm using
care
the air
method.
fryer though. No oil, and they're crispy.
because Teddy has an apartment now. He just wants to get us over there so bad.
You guys don't.
anything.
It's upsetting that you guys don't want to come over.
It's so funny when you texted us in the group chat and then Aaron was like, "No, I can't. I'm busy." And you're like, "Oh, I'm going to tell Elena to get food." And Aaron's like, "How far away from my house are you?" So let me at least plug this into Google Maps. Let me get the miles,
Yeah,
the
then check
distance.
it out.
You said it before, like you said in your head. If it's 6 and under, I'll go. 6 minutes and under.
Yeah, it's a 10-minute drive. I'm there.
I was so nervous that some guy was gonna come into my seat. Well, it wasn't my seat, but
You sat in the wrong seat.
I know.
Yo, remember that was me, you, and Stu that saw Doctor Strange, right?
yeah.
Remember that when I bought the
No,
wrong
that was
ti-
me. I was there.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
You
that
bought
was
the
us-
wrong
that
show.
was us.
Bought it
three,
for
right?
the wrong day,
and you still made it.
No, I
Yeah.
bought it for the 7 o'clock, and we all went to the 10. But I told him the 10, and he gave me the 7, so it was his mess up. I remember that. And I think I was the only seat that wasn't bought.
How
Like,
stressing.
I was every time somebody walked in, I'm like, "Oh my
This is
god,
it.
I'm gonna have
This
to
is the
punch
one.
this guy in the throat."
Well, that's what happened when me, you, and Stu saw Last Jedi. Someone was sitting in my seat, and I just went to the back and sat in the handicap
right, yeah.
because we picked the middle seats, and I'm not gonna track.
Well, we
through
were
everyone.
hoping that there was like no handicap people there.
So you ever go to a sporting event and try to go lower,
Yeah,
and you sit there, and the whole time you're like,
this is it.
hopefully you gotta wait. Like it's like, all right, 4th inning, those seats aren't taken. They're not coming anyway.
Yeah.
Or like 2nd period, who shows up to a game this late?
It's like, you know, it's hard for football. Football is tough to judge because people will come in at halftime,
Yeah, people are weird, man.
and by halftime, you might as well watch the whole game where you're sitting.
Well, that's like
Those
the
people
Miami
who came
Heat
in today.
games.
The people who came in today.
Yeah, dude. When LeBron was there,
They just
no
never
one
show
showed up to the fourth quarter.
No, yeah. And then they leave before the game ended.
It's like the people at Glass today. Did you see them?
No.
No, where were they?
They came in like a minute into the movie, and they're like making a big, trying to find their seats. Like, oh, which one?
All right, you guys want to talk
Come
about
a little
Glass?
earlier.
We just saw Glass.
Yeah. We'll be a
Is
little.
there any more topics?
No. No.
Little Glass review.
Yeah, let's do it.
Little Glass.
Yeah, so we just got back. Literally, just saw it. The sequel to Unbreakable from 2000 and Split from a couple of years ago. Wrapping up the trilogy, the M. Night Shyamalan cinematic universe of superhero characters. This is a movie that I was very eager to see. I was very excited for this movie. I don't know how I feel about this one. I had mixed feelings.
It was
Yeah.
unbearably boring.
There's a lot of good and a lot of bad, and no spoilers because it came out today. That'd be kind of fucked up, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, I'll put it this way: it matched the score it got in Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think the score, what was it, like mid-40s?
Yeah, 42.
no, it's like in 30s now. It's
Oof.
dropping. It's
Ooh,
dropping.
wow.
It's
I could agree with that.
It's a
though.
mixed bag because there's a lot of good things and a lot of M. Night Shyamalan has a lot of good concepts. You could even say that about his bad films. Like, there's something there, but man, he cannot write a fucking script. His dialogue, sometimes it's really good, and sometimes it's just like,
I didn't know
He's
he
very,
wrote this.
He's very
Man.
messy. He's
Yeah,
just
he
a
writes
messy
directs.
screenwriter.
yeah,
He's great behind the camera, and like you said, he's conceptually, the movie was,
It's like his ideas are there.
yeah, the ideas are there. He just doesn't know how to connect the dots. I mean, the third act, just to jump to the third act, was an absolute mess. And you kept thinking that the movie was going to end. There was like 17 endings.
the movie itself was kind of a mess. The beginning was promising, but it kind of didn't know where. I don't know.
It knew what it wanted to be.
I'm saying they didn't know where it wanted to go because I feel like there's a lot of things, especially in the second act, where they hung to it a little too long. It's like, all right, we kind of get the idea. Let's move forward. Let's introduce new things, and it just wasn't. I don't know. It just, like you said, I felt like it didn't have a pulse really.
But it was the third movie, and they're still trying to do character development. It's like we don't need the character development anymore. We just want to get these three guys in the same room and see what happens. Pretty
I
much.
feel like they focused too much on McAvoy too. I think a few people said that too. The movie's Glass.
It should have focused more on Glass.
Bruce Willis wasn't really in it either. He was in it, but
Yeah, the main conflict in the movie should have been between Glass and Sarah Paulson's character. And it was, but it wasn't focused on enough. And they focused too much on Sarah Paulson's character, this idea that she believes that these characters are having delusions of grandeur, that they think that they're superheroes and they're really not.
they hankered on that too much. It's
Right,
like,
but
Yeah,
they never
man.
expanded on it. It was so
Yeah.
simple.
was every
and
scene.
Her character was very poorly written. She wasn't very clever with the way that she was trying to manipulate these characters. They even saw through it. They weren't convinced at all. I think maybe there was like a second of doubt.
They
in their
tried
minds.
to. Yeah, just
Right, but
to
you
do
have
it.
to fool the characters. You have to fool the audience.
yeah, and they
And-
doesn't do a good job of that at all. And what I liked about, I guess, Unbreakable too is that it's a superhero movie, but it doesn't focus on the supernatural element. It focuses on what having supernatural abilities does to the person, does to the family and the people surrounding him. Right? There's no like big battle, no big clash. It's more psychological. It's more character driven.
In Unbreakable.
Yeah, and I like that about it. It's very. I'm not gonna say refreshing because it happened before the big wave of superhero movies, but going back and watching it after seeing all these new superhero movies, it is a little refresher. Like it's not
different.
It's not all about the abilities, but like I said, the character, like how that affects people and the people around you.
It's like
It might be the first one that grounded comic books in reality.
Yeah.
exactly
Because they talk about that in this movie too, that yeah, in comic books there are characters who can't die, that are invulnerable. That doesn't happen in real life, but we still have these awesome powers, that it's more realistic. And you have to give credit to Unbreakable, which I watched in preparation for this one. It's so good.
Yeah, it is.
And you can tell that obviously Shyamalan loves comics, and that's one of the
Oh,
themes in
you
the
think?
first one. In the second one, he touched on it a little bit too much. But in the first one, there's that great scene when he's trying to buy the piece of art from Mr. Glass, and he says, "This is for my son." And he's like, "Get the fuck out of my store."
that is awesome.
He slaps him down, and Sarah Paulson kind of represents that too, where she's supposed to be the personification of the pretentious intellectual who feels that comic books are an art form for children.
But he was so heavy-handed with that stuff. Like, he didn't have to attach every piece of narrative to a comic book narrative structure. We get it. You read comics as a kid. Like, all right, you don't have to be too in your face about it. It just kept going back and back. All you need is one or two references.
Well, M. Night's not very subtle
No.
with anything.
They try to explain the ending.
I'm
like
glad that
7
somebody's
times.
fighting back against these people that just feel the need to always talk down about comic books. I mean, you see an article every day where James Gunn, I remember he was the one who came out and said, if you think we're stupid, then just come out and say that we're stupid.
There's a lot of good, too. I mean, I think Glass, Samuel L. Jackson was great.
He was the best part of the
McAvoy.
movie.
As soon as Glass
Well,
started
it's
doing
McAvoy and
things,
Samuel L. Jackson. Bruce Willis was just there because he was an Unbreakable.
he's bad. I don't think he's even a good actor in Unbreakable. I just think Bruce Willis is not a good actor. He always looks like he woke up from a day nap.
He barely talked. Actually, now that I think about it,
Yeah,
he barely talked in the movie.
He doesn't do anything in any movie he's ever in.
Yeah. Maybe Sixth Sense is probably his best movie.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah, he's just Bruce Willis.
Hmm.
It was funny to see his son. Same actor.
That kid sucked in Unbreakable.
I was like, oh, you haven't gotten better as an actor.
And-
Still the same okay. Continuity.
Yeah.
Impressive.
I do like that. I appreciated that effort. But it's just...
Robin Wright's like, I ain't coming back to this shit.
they can't really just get out of their own way. Well, this movie can't. And I like the attempt. You know, it's not the traditional route. He takes some chances, and I don't hate that.
Yeah, I mean, I laughed
it
here
just
and there.
didn't work. No, it was funny, but
There's a few funny parts in that.
most of it was like,
No, McAvoy's character is still really fun to
yeah.
watch.
He's a great actor.
Yeah, and Split was really good. I still think Unbreakable is my favorite, but Split is...
Tip my cap to him. He was
Split. Split's not a comic book movie at all. That's
No,
what's so brilliant about it. It's just a horror
Yeah.
psychological thriller. It also takes place in this universe. And that's a good point that you made. Why are they still trying to develop these characters? We got enough.
Yeah,
for
we got
McAvoy.
2 movies.
Yeah.
And then now I figured this one was going to be the one where they all meet, you know, and they clash. And they just kept.
Well,
it was half the. It was maybe 3/4 of the movie trying to develop these characters.
And what was Anya Taylor-Joy even doing in this?
helping.
It's trying.
You know what?
You don't have that character in there.
You know what I think really hurt? Like that, what Teddy said about like, oh, it's like you're developing now. You developed in a relationship. It's kind of like forced in. He should have. I mean, it was I guess it was a great twist at the end of Split. Like, oh, look at Bruce Willis. That's the only thing that ties those movies together. Split could be a movie completely on its own, separated from Unbreakable. The only thing that ties them together is the last shot of Bruce Willis, right? The last 30 seconds. Why not just go in having that? Like, I think he had it in mind, but why not try to connect threads throughout the whole story instead of just saving it for the end? I think it would have helped this if you maybe did a little bit to connect it and Split, but I don't know. He's a world-famous director, and I do a movie podcast, so who am I to tell him what to do?
Well, they waited. They waited till like the end of the second act to bring them together, and then even that dragged on for like 45 minutes. It felt like.
Yeah, he's not a great writer.
And it was terrible too.
He's just not. He's not a great writer. He's got flashes. He's an enigma of a director. This was M. Night Shyamalan's greatest hits, which means 5 of the songs are great. 5 of the songs stink. Probably 7 of the songs stink.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it.
Well, it didn't pick up until the third act. When I'm not gonna say what happens, but it doesn't pick up until the third act.
Yeah, but
And it still
Unbreakable,
drags
but
after that.
Unbreakable is very slow as well.
Yeah.
And it's never boring because they kept repeating the same things in this movie, the same ideas. Nothing was ever expanded upon. It was all surface level. It was never the only character who digs a little deeper was Glass, and he doesn't start doing anything until like an hour in.
Yeah.
Which was the best, like 25 minutes of the movie, watching him enact his master plan.
Oh, that too. He kept explaining the master plan.
Nah, the bad guy always does that.
Right, but
But they kept playing on it.
Even
like,
in
we get it.
Unbreakable, he's kind of like the M. Night Shyamalan, his voice, his own voice about what superheroes and comic books mean to him.
This guy
So
had
it
like
makes-
4 twists in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, well,
You kidding me?
what would you guys give it out of 10? I'd probably say like 5 out of 10.
5.5.
Oh, I said 5 earlier, but I kind of want to go 4.
Ooh, Ted going lower than us. That
Yeah.
never happens unless it's Stranger Things.
I don't know. I was just really bored.
Oh, another thing. I'm never sitting next to you at a movie theater again. You are the.
I knew you
are
were.
the
You are fucking
worst.
bad, man.
I even sit next to you.
First
So
of all,
what are you bitching about?
I notice it too. Is that
You ad lib every line.
Yeah.
Everything is okay. What the fuck? That's stupid. Why are they doing that? Okay.
I don't think you can hear me.
You're
it's
reclining
loud
your
when
seat.
I'm saying it.
All of a sudden, in the middle of the theater, guy puts his hands behind his head like he's lamping in a beach chair in Malibu.
Why'd you look at me so crooked with that? I'm in my section still. What
What did he
put
do
my
though? We
arm on you?
both looked over. Like you looked over and I.
Oh, he starts messing with his straw in his drink. He's like,
I tried getting the straw to the bottom to get the rest of the.
and first of all,
There are quieter ways to do that.
there are quieter ways to breathe.
Well, don't start knocking me because how I breathe.
But the thing is too, because I look over at him and because I think he's sleeping, so I want to nudge him, but he's just breathing. So he's like, "Why are you trying to check me?" I'm not trying to check you. I'm trying to see. If
Double lift me like 4 times.
Oh, how about that fucking guy who kept trying to start a round of applause after every fucking
Yeah.
thing?
What the hell was that?
But the weird thing was
What was it for?
he was only doing it when it was with James McAvoy's character.
It was when he would go into different personalities. When Dennis came on screen, he would like start clapping.
Yeah,
But it's like that movie's
that's
been
exactly
out
when I
for
did it.
2 years. Are you already that big of a fucking stan? Like you have to click. It's not fucking Marvel. It's not fucking
But
Thor landing in Wakanda.
No, but when he started clapping, I'm like, wait, did I miss something? Like, is Dennis part of this? Like, is Dennis part of something that I
didn't even know who
about?
fucking Dennis was.
Like,
Yeah, I didn't remember Dennis. I remembered Hedwig, Patricia.
yeah.
yeah.
Oh
And
my
the
God,
Beast.
the 9-year-old is the best. Like that's the
Yeah.
funniest one he does.
Yeah, I'm really into Drake now.
It's a little much though, but I like it.
All right, let's go to fan questions here. We all hated Glass. No, we liked it. Well, not
No,
really.
No,
I
we
didn't.
all.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, we were all.
I gave it a 4.
Yeah, we were in.
Hey, was that the first movie you guys seen in 2019?
Yeah,
No,
unfortunately.
Vice.
No, like 2019 release.
Yes.
Mine too. It's number 1 so far. Oh no, I also
Oh,
saw.
I can make a list now.
What's the
Let's go.
movie with the dog
A Dog's Purpose.
that tries
No,
to come home?
Journey, the dog's journey.
Yeah, I didn't. I saw the
Clifford?
trailer for that, but they pretty much gave away the whole movie. So I feel like it's safe to put that in my top
The puppy who
on
lost
my
his
list
way.
of 2019.
It's not about the end. It's about the journey.
The CGI.
It's about how
cheetah.
we got there.
All
All right, let's go to
split.
fan
So
questions.
I'll give that movie a 4.5 for the dog.
Fan questions?
Yeah, you guys ready?
Let me see your list.
Split number 1.
It's
the rating next to it,
It's
too.
called Glass.
Okay.
It's
Ah,
called-
damn it. I don't know why I put split.
All right, this question comes from Raymond K. Hessel. I know this question is cliche, but I'm just curious to see if you guys actually read these. That
Trying to
answers
check
that
us.
How'd that work? Yeah, how'd
Trying
that
to
work
check
for you?
us.
His question is, which superhero or villain would you choose to be? And which one are you in reality? And he's kind of got his descriptions here, but I guess we'll give our choices here.
What does he got?
He breaks us down. Well, he says, okay, he starts with Aaron. Aaron is scintillating, but sometimes his anger gets the best of him. He's the Hulk. Plus, you had some guns in that photo you guys posted. I see you. He says, Bo is charismatic, thinks he's Loki, yeah, kind of, because of his misanthropic proclivity, but actually is Tony Stark because he masks his heart with impertinence.
So you're Tony Stark.
I'll take Loki or Stark.
Do we get a hero and a villain? Because I only got a hero. Depending
I
on
guess
how
a
you
villain,
look.
yeah. That's how you,
Look
you're
at you.
PC now, yeah.
What?
Hulk would be the villain right now.
Ted is a lovable eccentric. Therefore, he is J. Jonah Jameson because of his spirited diatribes. Those mean rants, Teddy. Just kidding. You're, of course, Hawkeye. Not really sure what he's doing there, but for some reason, he's my favorite Avenger.
Yeah, I'll take it. It's pretty spot on.
This question here comes from Killer Dan 666. Love your podcast, guys. With the last season of Game of Thrones coming up, what would have to happen in episode 1 to make you rage quit the season? Are you so far invested in the show that you would power through it? What would have to happen in episode 1?
I think.
See, this goes back to what you said. There's nothing that can make me not watch it.
Yeah.
But something that'll make me really mad is if they
Well, it's
kill
like we
off
were
a bunch
talking
of
about
people
with
in the first episode.
With the brands, it's like I don't think they could do anything that would make me
Yeah.
not watch the rest of the season.
What would really piss you off? I think if the fight is in the first episode, that would piss me off. Because I want to see them marching through.
Yeah, it's tough to say. I don't know what... Oh, no, if Littlefinger came back to life,
Oh,
I would
yeah.
be like, I'm done.
What if Rob Stark came back
See
to
ya.
life?
You wouldn't be done.
Yes, I would. That
No,
would
you
be
wouldn't.
so... Yes, that would be stupid. If Littlefinger faked his death as a faceless man.
He's not that clever, is he?
I think he is. No, that is a theory going around, and I don't believe it to be true, but yeah, there's nothing they could do. They could personally attack me on screen in front of millions of people, and be like, Aaron,
Everything you
that
say is
idiot
bogus.
from Nerd Soup has no idea what he's talking about. No, even before it starts, that guy, I'll be like, and now, that guy, they can give him like a half hour, 30-second spot just ripping me apart, and I'll still come back and watch it.
All right, this question comes from Jose Aniceto. Hey, Nerd Soup. Been a fan for a little over a year and finally giving you guys my first question. Have you guys seen Better Call Saul? If yes, does it hold up next to Breaking Bad? Also, have you guys seen 50-50 with Seth Rogen and Joseph Gordon-Levitt? If so, thoughts?
I've seen 50-50.
Yeah, 50-50 is very good.
I haven't seen it.
I don't remember it, but I remember liking it.
It's a forgotten comedy. It was I liked it at the time. And Better Call Saul, yeah. I mean, does it hold up to Breaking Bad? Definitely.
Yeah.
Different shows. I think Better Call Saul is a slow burn. Breaking Bad was just high octane. The metamorphosis of this incredible lead character, Walter White, and also Jesse Pinkman to an extent. But I think the journey of Saul Goodman has actually been a bit more complex and interesting. There's a lot of personal stuff going on with Saul Goodman. Walter White was just, my life has sucked. I'm just going to go out with a bang.
Well, that's kind of what Saul's going for too. I mean, his life did suck.
Yeah, but Saul's, his whole life, he's been trying to live up to the legacy of his family.
He's just not getting caught. I think he's not more clever.
You think Saul's more clever than Walter White?
I don't think he's close to him, right? He hasn't gotten caught. I mean, it took Walt how long? Like 2 years, 3 years, and he got caught.
He's
not as greedy as him.
No,
he's more smarter than him.
Yeah, well, I think it's a different form of intelligence. Well, like Mike says about Walt in Breaking Bad, you're just a time bomb, and I don't want to be here when it explodes. Like, we all knew how Breaking Bad was going to end. It was inevitable. With Saul Goodman, they're saying that they might go past Breaking Bad to him at the
I like that.
The Cinnabon. Yeah, because they have those flashbacks, those flash forwards of the black and white scenes, but Vince Gilligan is a fucking genius, and we talked about it a couple weeks ago when they announced the Pinkman movie. That you guys weren't really excited for it, but Gilligan's a genius.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah, you are, right?
Yeah, we said that too when we want to see Vince Gilligan do a little more than
something
the
different.
Breaking Bad universe.
All right, this question here comes from Dan Chedero. Hey guys, I'm a longtime viewer. I want to ask each one of you, which are your top 3 fighters in Game of Thrones, books or show? Keep up the good work.
Top 3 fighters. Is it cliche to pick the favorites?
Who are the favorites in your opinion?
Bronn, Jon, and
Wrong, and
why?
Oh no, I'm just thinking out loud.
Oh
Continue.
Yeah.
Jamie with his right hand.
Well, Jamie doesn't have his right hand.
I'm just saying.
He doesn't have his right hand.
Then why'd you put him in your poll for who's the best fighter?
Because he's a fighter.
But he doesn't have his right hand, Ted.
Like mentally?
Yeah.
Like he fights through things. I would say like the time period is where we left off in the books or in the show and the start of Robert's Rebellion. So anybody in their primes, who are the 3 best when they were in their primes?
Oh.
It's Barristan, Jamie, and Arthur Dayne, and that's it. That's the end of the question.
Yeah.
You can make an argument for Robert Baratheon, Rhaegar, Khal Drogo, Loras.
Oh, Viper.
And the Viper. Actually, yeah, the Viper would probably be 4, I think, for me.
The Mountain, the Hound, Brienne, Arya now, current.
But they say Dayne. I mean, and what we saw canon-wise on the show.
Oh yeah, he was.
Dane's the best show fighter, without a doubt.
Double fucking fisting, man. He's going crazy.
That fight choreography is so good because they're going at it.
There's no way you're holding 2 of those swords and swinging like that.
Sword of the Morning, man. That's why they call them.
That's ridiculous. Aren't those things like massively heavy?
That's the thing too with Jamie. It's a shame that we never got to see him in his prime.
Yeah.
But we hear stories. In season 7, we hear
it's
the story.
Almost better, right? For Sir Barristan, you hear the stories. You know?
Yeah. Stories.
What would have been nice is if he got good with his left hand. That can show how good he is. If he would have got nice with his left.
It's Jamie Lannister, man. He was so cocky that he never trained it.
Yeah, you didn't need it.
Fine. Like these new guys coming into the league, they can only go right. The defenders put him left, and
exactly.
They have to learn the left hand.
Back in the day of the old heads.
See Pat Mahomes, he's throwing left-handed passes. He knows
crooked though. He's getting lucky. He's getting lucky
really
sometimes.
You don't like Pat Mahomes?
No.
Why?
Oh, big game this weekend.
No, I just don't like him. Well, no, I don't. I like him as a person. I see interviews on him. Good kid.
It's a ringing endorsement.
No, everyone is like hyping this kid up. Like
he's fucking filthy.
Because he just had one of the best.
You know that no-look pass he had? He's looking right at him. I'm sick of people saying that he was a no-look pass. His eyes are clearly looking at him. He's just his head's this way. He's looking that way. He's not looking at him. His head's not turned towards him.
All right, Ted. Brady's not the best quarterback in the league.
It's not
anymore.
about that.
Relax.
Stop blowing this kid. God, you're one of them.
Wow. I haven't watched it.
There were 50 touchdowns in the passing league. It's not like that.
How many
It's
touchdowns
not like
did
how it
Brady
used to
have?
be.
Same league,
38.
right?
Doesn't matter.
Same league though.
Doesn't matter.
5,000 yards.
They don't pass as much as the Chiefs do.
So they don't have a Pat Mahomes.
Okay.
Why are you hating so much right now? I can't stand sports fans like you guys.
What do
Not
you mean?
You guys, you.
Why?
You just hate on greatness. I
don't hate on greatness. It's
No,
just,
but why are you diminishing the guy's accomplishments?
he threw the. I want to know what his stats were. How many times he threw the ball a game?
Right,
Had
but-
to be at
okay,
least
but
40,
if-
50 times a game he threw the ball.
If like
You're gonna
Nick-
have numbers like that.
If Nick Foles threw that many times a game, he's not gonna have numbers like that.
How would you know? He doesn't do it.
Yeah, because he's not capable of doing it. Because when he gets to a certain number, it's the same thing that they said about Kobe Bryant. Oh, he's taking 27 shots a game. Of course, he's scoring 35.
Well, that's what the league
Well,
is
if
now.
Tim
too, in
Hardaway
NBA.
Jr. took 27 shots a game, he wouldn't be scoring 35.
That's like the NBA with the Warriors. How many
You don't
threes
know-
do they put up a game?
I'm really craving a peanut butter and jelly right now.
I can go for one.
Pat Mahomes only had 10 more attempts this year than Tom Brady.
Prick.